Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Get a Clue podcast. I'm DeAndre Boychuk. I'm here with my co-host Chase Arnold. We're down here straight out of the Chin of Saskatchewan, residing in a new location today in Regina, Saskatchewan, in my
That's right.
homestead.
That's right.
So, Chase, why don't you let us know what we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about quite a bit today. We're going to get to our player and team of the week. We're going to talk about some NHL news, and then we're going to get right into the new Olympic rosters that have been released. And then DeAndre's going to wrap it up at the end with all the CHL trades that went down. It's pretty crazy. So,
Yeah,
um,
big WHL and OHL trade deadline. I
yeah,
think craziest WHL trade deadline since 2023. So, quite a few
yeah, I'm
big
pretty
trades to
excited to hear
highlight.
what you think about all those. So, um, do you want me to start off with our player and team of the week, or?
Yeah, might as well kick us
All right.
off here.
Shout out the Lumsden Monarchs. Ranked number one on Monday Nooner. Rep the brand, you know. Yeah, they're gonna smoke Keniston this year. Fuck Keniston. Just kidding. Kind of. Um, player of the week. I'm gonna go Trevor Zegras. I think that his revenge against Anaheim was absolutely awesome to watch. The hang that shit up. He does not fuck with them, and I love it. I think it's awesome. Get a little rivalry going. He's been unreal this year, and I think it's super sick to watch. What's your player?
My player, I'm going Nikita Kucherov. He's just been on a tear the last little while. I mean, he's almost got more multi-point games in the last little bit than single-point games. Also, shout out to Braden Point. I think I might have been a little hard on him last podcast. Just checking out his game logs the last little bit, and sort of the same thing as Kucherov. He's kind of been on a tear. Just a little shout out, but yeah, Kucherov would be my player of the week this week. He
Yeah,
also did me really well in fantasy, so maybe a little biased towards that.
I thought you were gonna pick Braden Point for sure.
That's fair.
To be honest, I think his bounce back has been awesome. Team of the week. I'm gonna go Winnipeg Jets. They snapped their 11 game losing streak, which is a franchise record. Embarrassing. They got to figure it out. I think they can bounce back. I know they're not going to be great, but they should not be as bad as they are. And I'm glad they finally got a win because that was ugly for a while.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think for my team of the week, I'm gonna have to shout out Calgary. They got a big dub the other night against Pittsburgh. Dustin Wolf has been playing pretty good the last few games. Um, yeah, not saying they're gonna get out of the basement anytime soon, but Dustin Wolf definitely is gonna help elevate that team a little bit. So when he's playing good, you seen what they did last year. Even the whole team was kind of a mess, but it's just when Dustin Wolf was playing good, they all seemed a little bit more confident in front of him. So shout out Calgary.
Shout out Calgary. Do you want to get into some NHL news? I know you got quite
Yeah,
a
I
few for
wasn't
this
sure
one.
if you wanted to start off for that or.
You go ahead. I'll bounce in.
Yeah, so big kind of shocker. The one thing that I want to talk to you about is just how wild how different the East and West has been this year.
Yeah.
Like the Eastern Conference, I don't think they have a team below 500 right now. Pretty much every team in the Eastern Conference that's in the bottom there would be in the hunt for at least the wild card spot in the Western Conference. So it just seems like there's just such big dynamic between the West and East right now. So I was wondering what's your thoughts on that, where and how you think that's going to play into playoffs and stuff with
Yeah.
those Western Conference teams, like seeing somebody like Colorado who's buzzing, they get a
Yeah.
couple easy teams, and then you get to the finals. Maybe you got to play a little bit harder Eastern Conference team if that's gonna.
Yeah. I think West is more top heavy for sure. Like you think about those top teams and it is scary out over there. Like second round for some of those teams is going to be rough. But as a Detroit fan, it's feeling weird. It's feeling weird because they're like they lose a game and they drop to three. They win a game, they're back up to one. I it's electrifying, but I just want them to make the playoffs. If they can get that one seed, it'd be awesome. But if not, then just make the playoffs, please. And yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's just such a dogfight in the West right now. Like for that last, like just looking at the standings right now, like everybody in that last wild card spot, besides like obviously Columbus and Ottawa, they're kind of
yeah,
sitting out of it a little bit, but everyone's within 1 to 2 points, and even like you said, shout out Detroit, they're sitting first in that Atlantic division.
big
So
win over Montreal. So
yeah, big 4-0 snag.
yeah, big win.
Yeah, almost. I think last I was checking, the bottom, just about the bottom 6 to 8 teams right now are like all Western Conference. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, big division. Is there any other things that you want to talk about with that?
Not really. I think yeah, just win the games against your division, and do what you can. There's not much else you can do.
Yeah,
Everything
it
else is out of your hands.
also kind of shows why these like sometimes boring afternoon games in the middle of January, why all 82 matter. Like everything's
Yeah.
within 1 or 2. You seen it last year, even in the playoffs. Like who was it that just snuck in? It was all down to that last game. Like if somebody won whoever got in. So I think it might have been Columbus. So
yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, it just goes to show that all those games kind of they all matter. Every battle matters. So
Yeah, no, I agree. And I really like Patrick Kane's speech the other night
yeah,
to the
show
Detroit Red Wings. They're winning the cup. I'm fired up. He's got me fired up, so I can't imagine how they're feeling.
yeah, Showtime getting 500. I liked his little interview with his kid when he was asked, saying that his kid was kept telling him to go out and get 500.
Yeah.
And he asked his kid what he's going to say next to him before the games, and his kid says to go get 600 and get one. They're going to have to play
Yeah,
a
good
long
luck with
time for
that.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, another 5-7 seasons.
Yeah, a little bit different direction going here. Looking at the point race too, so kind of those top three in the point race, that's Celebrini, McKinnon, and McDavid. They're also the top three, kind of looks like, for the Hart Trophy this year. I was wondering your thoughts on that with the Hart Trophy race heating up.
I think McDavid's just on a tear right now. I mean, 18 game point streak, I think, like new
Yeah,
personal record for him.
yeah,
That is insane. I don't know what the longest point streak is, but it's pretty insane what he's doing right now, and I just to me he's running away with it.
yeah. And then especially when you talk about like the most valuable players, like you even look at how Edmonton started this year and the slow start that McDavid had. And then McDavid starts turning it on, and now Edmonton's starting to finally jump up the standings and really place themselves in the top of that Pacific Division. So
Yeah.
yeah, when McDavid's on, the team's doing good, and when he's not, they're not. I'd probably give a little bit of a nod to Celebrini, if you want to say. I think if the Sharks make the play, well, I would have to fact check this, but I think the Sharks are sitting one or two points out of the first in the Pacific right now, so they're like right up there. They're kind of fought their way out of that just in the wild card spot to really being a contender in the Pacific Division. Not saying it's going to last. You kind of seen what happened to Anaheim with the younger players. They're kind of on that regression right now. It's still a lot of season to go, but I think if they get into the playoffs, and especially if they get
Yeah.
a healthy seed, I think Celebrini is going to be right up there for the MVP.
Yep. Speaking of the Sharks, there was a big trade. Not a big trade, but big trade for us
Yeah.
personally, mainly DeAndre. But yeah, the Sharks got Laurent Brossoit from Chicago, and they also got Nolan Allen from
Mm-hmm.
Chicago for an exchange of picks, a fourth going back to Chicago, and Jake Furlong, I think, and then a seventh back to San Jose.
And also the Ryan Ellis contract on.
Ryan Ellis as well, yeah.
I had to actually, I wasn't sure when that trade went down. I had to do like quick research there and make sure it was the Ryan Ellis I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of. I was
yeah.
like, what?
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Shout out Ryan Ellis, by the way. I think he was, before Zane Parekh, he was the last defenseman to have 100 points in the OHL, or
Wow.
even maybe it might have been the CHL. Yeah, he was a dog in junior. So
Yeah, he was a
quick
dog.
shout out Ryan Ellis. But yeah, no, it's a good opportunity. I think like I grew up with Nolan my whole life, so kind of been talking to him a little bit. It's a good opportunity for him going to San Jose. Like Chicago's got a real deep prospect pool in general, especially their defensive prospect pool. He was drafted 2021 too, so now he's kind of getting buried in that system. And then you look at San Jose's system; they don't have a whole lot of top heavy prospects. I would say they do have some decent left-handed defensemen, like in Sam Dickinson and Luca Cagnoni, but those two,
They're a little different.
yeah, they play a different style. They're more that offensive kind of style. So I think it's going to be sweet. He's going to be down in San Jose, just crushing beach beers for the next little while. So
I think he's gonna get a good opportunity there. I really do. I think I could see him playing pretty soon, like pretty early on.
yeah,
And,
it's going to be hard because I was reading some things too. I thought he was going to jump into the lineup right away, but apparently they might need him in Barracuda for it, or down with the Barracuda Sharks for a little bit, or whatever
yeah.
the affiliate is. So he might not get a few games for a little bit just because they need him right away. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty sick. You go from Bedard to Felabrini.
Yeah, man, not bad, not
Yeah,
bad.
not bad at all.
I think even Brossoit too. I think that makes San Jose a much better team. Like,
Oh yeah.
he's a legit goalie that can play backup behind Askarov. So
While we're on the topic too of goaltenders in Chicago, a little shout out to Drew Comesso. First NHL win, first NHL shutout, and I believe in his first NHL start. So
yep.
that's big for Chicago. He was kind of a real highly touted goalie out of the U.S. National Development Program there when he came in. So taking a little bit to get his feet wet, but now that he's going, I think he can kind of step up for Chicago and be their future number two right behind Spencer Knight there. Spencer Knight definitely owns that crease for the next however many years he wants.
Animal, that guy.
Yeah, he was my not start of the season because I don't think anyone started or would have predicted him to have that kind of Hart Trophy start that he was having at the very, very start of the year. But definitely the first 2 weeks, I thought he was going to run away with the Vezina, how well he was playing, and Chicago was playing all right. But yeah, no, so Not a huge trade in the NHL, but a huge trade personally.
Yeah, I'm
So
happy to see one go down though. Like,
yeah,
we don't get a lot of trades in January, so it's nice to see at least one.
yeah, exactly, 100%. Speaking of,
Any other news you got?
yeah, I just kind of wanted to keep rolling while we're on the topic of Chicago and stuff like that. I want to talk about Bedard. Finally made his comeback.
Finally back, thank
Kind
God.
of had a first, not a rough first game, just kind of figuring it out. First game, testing the water, seeing how he's feeling. And then last night against Nashville, 2 assists. Looked great. He's hopefully we'll see it. We'll see if he can get his way into this Olympic roster somehow, some way. I don't know why. I just keep having a feeling, like you said, you kind of had the prediction earlier that somebody was going to get injured and maybe Schaefer was going to make his way in or
Hmm.
Bedard. And I don't know. I've definitely seen that becoming more and more correct and something that could happen. So, but yeah, he looked good. He was seeing the ice well. He doesn't seem like he slowed down at all. I think he was probably still skating quite a bit. I don't know how restricted he was with the shoulder injury. Sometimes the doctors with players like that, like I know even when he broke his jaw, like he wasn't even allowed to skate very much. So he looked good. We'll kind of see if he can kind of get himself back up into that MVP race
Yeah,
like he was before he left. He kind of missed. I don't know. Once you miss about 10 or so
yeah,
games,
you're in
it's
a
really
tough
hard.
spot.
Yeah,
It's hard to catch up.
it's hard for any major trophy too. Like whether it's the Norris or
Hmm.
I mean definitely the point and the goal scoring trophies, obviously.
Yeah,
But
no, for sure.
what do you think about Bedard Chicago going forward now that he's came back and
I think it's good for Chicago. I didn't mind them actually going on a little slip there, get their draft pick up, and get one more really good forward prospect. And I mean, they could be rolling next year. They're gonna have a lot of cap space. I don't know who's a free agent, but I mean, pick someone up in free agency, draft a good forward this year, and just see what you can do the next year.
yeah, 100%. And that's the thing with Chicago is they've banked a lot on these defensemen the last few years. Like even if you just look in the who'd they take in 20? Oh, I guess they took Doc in 2020, but 21 was Nolan. Um,
22 is Korch.
yeah, Korchinski, and then you got obviously Bedard in 23. But then you ended up taking Levshon. Like there's 3 out of the last 5 drafts you took the defenseman
Yeah,
with one of your higher picks. So
Levshinov over Demidov, by the way,
or Tige.
and Tish, who we both love. But
Yeah. And even yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't mind them getting somebody like even like a Stenberg on that squad.
mm,
Like I think he's kind of punching his way into number 1 contention
yeah,
now. I don't know. Come around draft time, we'll see if that stock holds, but
I would love to see one of those Swedish guys or McKenna on that Chicago first line. Imagine Frondell as that center, Bedard on the wing, and one of those three guys.
no, it'd be unreal.
Yeah.
Is there any other news that you want? Anything that you want just to highlight specifically?
Uh, I think I'm good. I Nothing's really going on. Everyone's just kind of playing, and yeah, everyone's kind of fighting right now.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
They've taken a huge jump in the standings. I'm not sure what their winning streak is like now. They were on like some crazy 10, 11 game heater. I really like what they got going on with this team. Like Tage Thompson, we were just
Stud.
talking about before this pod. Like what? I don't know any goaltender in the world that's going to be able to stop a 93-mile-an-hour wrist shot from the
That's
middle. Like
insane.
yeah, from the hash marks. Like nobody's reaction time is that quick. If he can snap it around 90 miles an hour consistently, like he'll be a 50 goal scorer every year. He already has proven to be one of the best goal scorers in the league.
Yeah, stud.
Was he on the Olympic roster?
Yep, yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, I thought so.
He didn't make Four Nations, but he made the Olympics.
Yeah, so and that's a huge pickup for. He's so big and so skilled. It is like watching like people have compared him to an Mario Lemieux, just
Mm-hmm.
kind of his skill wise.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's not the
yeah, yeah.
player that Mario was, but just kind of that big skilled guy. Josh Doan, who came over from Utah,
Mm-hmm.
formerly Arizona, was drafted by Arizona, but he came over. People might have had some question marks with him. He looked good when he was in preseason there, so he kind of got a little bit of buzz. Hopped right into those big minutes with the club, and he's been buzzing ever since. He's looked really, really good. That's kind of that NHL blood, like
Yeah.
son of Shane Doan, Utah, or sorry, not
It made
Utah.
sense that they traded him after they moved from Arizona. I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, 100%. So, and another guy on this, there's quite a few players I want to highlight on this Buffalo team that I just love. Zach Benson. I think Zach Benson might be one
Nail
of the
gun.
hardest working players in the
Yeah.
league. His numbers might not show. He might not be putting up 100-point seasons or anything like that, but he just competes. He works so hard.
I'm sure you saw that clip of Tage Thompson talking about him.
He
It's
said
just
he's
called.
hard. He said he's from the hood.
Said he's the dumbest guy he's ever met, but but he works hard, and I love that.
Man, that's all you need in the NHL. I don't need you to be smart hockey player.
Yeah. Yeah, leave that for Sidney Crosby, eh?
Yeah, no. But yeah, Ben's just such a hard worker. And then probably my favorite defenseman in the league to watch, Rasmus Dahlin. Like
Oh, I
he's
know.
just
He's so good.
when he was drafted. I don't know if you remember this, but he was one of the highest touted prospects in a long time. Like he was talked about being like a mix of uh, Nick Lidstrom and like a Joe Sakic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like when you get those two comparisons on top of you, it's insane.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
he's
lived up to
insane.
the maybe the as high of expectation or thrown on him. He was kind of
Yeah.
seen as this like franchise defenseman, which he has definitely
I
been.
think, I mean, it's pretty hard to not live up to it if you're already a top 7, 8 D man in the league. Like,
100%. I got him
he's
winning
pretty
a
close.
Norris in the next couple of years. I
Yeah, I
think
hope
he
so.
will win
I'd love to
one.
see that. Mo Sider's got to get his first, though.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Mo Sider's got to get a little more. We were talking before this while we're on the topic of defensemen too. Um, I think there's got to be some kind of like Bobby or I don't know. You could throw in some good defensive defenseman for the
Hmm.
other award, but there's got to be some kind of separation between the two because like these guys like Mo Sider. I'm not saying Rast is a elite defenseman. In the defensive zone like Mo, but he could definitely be thrown more into a little bit of that consideration sometimes too. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I think they got to figure out a little bit of a separate because if somebody like Mo Salah doesn't put up a 90-point year, I don't know. Are you going to be in the Norris consideration? Like,
probably not. But he's pulling that Detroit Red Wings squad to the playoffs right now. So,
yeah, he looks amazing. That could be another team that we might as well highlight here while we're stick within that same division while we're talking about Buffalo. There's so many guys on that Detroit team. This is your team too
hmm,
that have been buzzing this year, like
it's a
Lucas
fun
Raymond.
team. Yeah,
Lucas Raymond. Well, I remember when he was drafted, I wasn't too sure about him. I knew he was going
yeah,
to be good, but I didn't think he was quite going to be this good. Like he almost looks like a right-handed Henrik Zetterberg out there. Like he's
yeah,
so good. He's so underrated defensively. Like
yeah. He's
maybe not
sneaky.
so much in the defensive zone, but in the offensive zone, he's always just these little subtle or
Yep.
stick checks or whatever. Gets the puck back, makes the nice plays. That's the same thing with Dylan Larkin on that squad, but he's
Hmm.
kind of more so known for his little bit more defensive prowess,
Yeah.
especially his forechecking prowess. So
Yeah. Yeah, Raymond, I really liked him in the draft. I really wanted Tim Stützle in the draft. But Raymond was probably my second favorite player in that draft, over Byfield and Laugh.
mm,
And I don't know. Once they fell to 4, I was pretty disappointed, but when they got Raymond, I was pretty excited still.
yeah, no, that's valid. Anything else you want to talk about Detroit?
Uh, I don't know. Finney, stud.
Yeah,
I just love how young they are. Like I love their young defenseman too. Sandy Palinka, he's a
mm,
stud. I think he's a
he scored
future.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a future like power play one demon. So
100%.
I'm excited about him.
I think you have to fact check me on this, but I believe he was like damn near a point per game in the SHL last
Yeah,
year as a
yeah, he
defenseman. So
was.
unbelievable. That was his draft plus 1 year too. So
Hmm.
unreal skill he's got.
Yep.
If you're all done with Detroit, there's another team that I want to highlight. They had a big pickup here, Minnesota.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ever
We haven't
since
talked
getting
about
Quinn,
that.
it was expected they were going to be good. They already were good. Picking up Quinn Hughes was just going to elevate them that much more. And yeah, it just has. They're the third place team in the league right now, sitting tied actually with Dallas. Colorado's just kind of ran away with it, but this is a dangerous looking Minnesota team now. This
Yeah,
is, I wouldn't say it's a sneaker coming out of the division, or especially out of the conference, making the Cup Finals, but yeah, I could see them definitely going a long way, and especially like that Quinn and Brock connection. Like they've
oh
looked
yeah,
really, really good playing together.
yeah,
I think the chemistry was kind of certain that it was going to be right away. Both the American boys, I think they skate a little bit together in the summer times.
yeah.
I think we were kind of talking. All those American guys kind of have that group. They kind of stick together in the
Hmm.
summers and whatnot. So yeah, it's also looking dangerous for the U.S.'s Olympic team because they got another month here or so
Yeah,
just to build chemistry. They already look good out the gate. They're just going to continue to build that. So I could see Hughes favor line one for the U.S. at the Olympics.
yeah. I was gonna ask you, would you rather have Makar and Taves or Hughes and Faber?
Man, that's a great question, actually. Um, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Hughes and Faber situation just because I like hate Faber over Tays a
Yeah,
little bit more, especially this season. Sometime like Faber, I got him late in my fantasy draft, so I do want to give him a nice shout out because of that. I think I got him with like my second last pick.
yeah,
he's a shot blocking demon too. Like I think he's like
So responsible.
unbelievable two-way, gets points. Yeah, I think I'd probably have to lean because Quinn and Kale, like Kale definitely does things I say at more of an elite level than Quinn Hughes, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say where it's so much that that's going to be the outlier. So yeah, I think I would have to go Hughes
I
and
agree.
Faber. Yeah. Also, while we're on this Minnesota team, I want to give a shout out to Matt Boldy.
Stud.
Unbelievable. I
Yeah.
think he went like 11th overall in that 2019 draft out of that when that U.S. national team had that crazy program with like Jack Hughes, Zegras, Turcotte, all of them.
Yep.
Yeah, he's kind of finally hitting that really big stride. He's been good the last few years, humming it over a point a game. I believe he's second in the NHL in goals right now, or tied for second with Connor McDavid. So unbelievable. Him and Kaprizov look great. So yeah, I could see them just continuing this dominance they got going forward.
I agree. You ready to move on to the Olympics?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you don't have any other
I think I'm out of news, I'll be honest.
big news.
Yeah. Save some for next week, you know?
Yeah, no, let's go.
Yeah, we'll move on to the Olympics. All the rosters are out now. We got Czechia, France, Germany, Latvia, Slovakia, Switzerland, and Denmark.
I'm just gonna pull the rosters up on my phone here as we go by.
So I won't read every single player on the roster, but I'll make some highlights. We'll start with Team Czech. We got Radek Faksa, Thomas Hurdle, David Kampf, Andre Kasha, Dominique Kubalik, Martin Netjes, Andre Palat, David Pasternak, Pavel Zaka to round up the main forwards. Defensively, you have Radko Gudas, Filip Ronik, Jan Ruda, Radim Simic, David Spacek, and I don't know who that is actually. I'm not even gonna try and say that name. And then goalies, you got Lucas Dostal, Vejamelka, and Dan Vladar. How do you feel about that team?
You know, like you said, like they're definitely a little more underwhelming than I thought they were, but I feel like this team could be sneaky good. Like I guess it was 2025, 2024, they came off that World Championship win. Also, like this team has Pasta.
Yep.
So
Star.
You see what Pasta does on a team like Boston, where he's carrying. Like, he doesn't really necessarily have another star player on that Boston team. Maybe you could say that, like especially up front, like Morgan Geekie. If Pasta's injured, I don't think Morgan Geekie does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't know. We were talking about it a little bit last pod. Pasta, I think, deserves more MVP candidates, just being that actual heart player.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when he's going to be on a team Czechia where it's kind of sort of similar to a Boston, you don't really have maybe say a whole lot of star talent like a US or Sweden or maybe even a USA, but you got those just really good other role players that can play with them. I think this team could be really dangerous actually going into the Olympics. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have good players to play with. Like he definitely has a lot of other stars. Like somebody else that I think that could really take a big step in this tournament is Dalibor Dvorsky. I liked when he got drafted to St. Louis. He was really good prospect. He's somebody that could take a big step. But yeah, I don't mind this roster at all. What do you have to say about it?
I just wanted to highlight. I like that Zaka's there. I think.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say Dvorsky either.
I was gonna say that he's on Slovakia, but
Yeah.
I was gonna let you run with it.
No, my bad.
It's all
Well, I
good.
was wondering why I couldn't find Pasta. I got the wrong thing.
Yeah. So I like that they have Pavel Zaka. That's Pasternak's line mate on Boston. I think that's really good for him. I think they are gonna have really good chemistry. I don't know who they stick on that top line with them. It could be anyone. Honestly, it could be Palat. I think he would fit pretty good there.
Mm-hmm.
I like their goaltenders. Dostal has been really cold as of late, as has Anaheim, but I don't know who the starter is going to be. I think Vejmelka is probably my starter. I think game one.
Sure.
I could see any three of those guys playing quite a bit.
Yeah. Also, now that I got the actual right roster pulled up, ball moved by me. Yeah, somebody else I want to highlight on this team, Natchez.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I don't know if anyone heard Mart or Nathan McKinnon talking about him the other day with the Spit and Chicklets boys, but he's one of the best in the whole world at entries, like at getting the puck in. So that's a huge thing, especially when you're able to control the puck, let everything get set, and then find the open man, play it into the corner, buy your guys time. I think that could be something super dangerous, especially if you have him and Pasta on a different line, Pasta coming off the bench. Natchez can break that in. Look for Pasta's one-timer is insane from anywhere. So him coming off the bench with speed, that's my NHL 24 cheat code to Full Caulfield. So go to hope. Yeah, no, I think this team could do a little more damage than they're projected to. So
I think I want to throw some snubs out at you here. This team actually has some snubs.
they
Team
do.
Czech. Obviously, one is Philip Cheadle. He's injured, which makes sense. He is supposed to be back soon, so I was kind of surprised he wasn't on the initial roster. But yeah, I feel like if he comes back healthy, I could see them making a move for him to be on the team for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adam Klapka, he's a fourth liner for the Calgary Flames. I'm very surprised he wasn't on the team because he plays legitimate NHL minutes, and a lot of these guys don't. So those are my two surprises that did not make Team Czech, honestly.
Yeah, I think anytime like a roster like this or a country like this where you don't have a full NHL roster, anytime an NHL player's up, it's always just a
Pretty
question
crazy.
mark out there. But like we've kind of talked about too before, these NHL or these countries that don't have full NHL teams, a lot of these guys who play together throughout the whole year, like they got some crazy, and they have a lot of good players who play full time in Czech, just in that Pro Czech league. So
Yep.
maybe their GM has a little bit more thought process to it. But
Yeah.
anytime you leave an NHL guy off, like you said, who plays big NHL minutes, it's
And it's not like he's like just like a sniper. He's like a pretty good defensive guy too. So it's kind of weird they wouldn't want him. But they took Andre Kasha, which like he used to play NHL and he couldn't make it. So it's just kind of weird to me. But yeah. Anything else on Team Czech or?
No, I think that's pretty well everything. I think Radko Gudas playing in a small ice like this, like you are definitely going to want to watch when you're making passes out there. You don't want to chuck any suies out there.
I still can't believe he's a captain of an NHL team. That's hilarious to me. That is hilarious. There's no way he's captain next year too.
Yeah, well, and since we're talking about the captaincies, I'll just give a shout out here to something that a prediction that I made a couple years back that could possibly happen in the future. We'll see. There were some contract disputes and whatnot that might make me take that prediction back, but I think Mason McTavish is going to take over as the captain in Anaheim here.
I agree.
He's just such a leader. Like he's just a pit bull. Just has that leadership.
I could see Leo getting it too. Won't lie.
Yeah, for sure. Leo's definitely. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna be there for a long time, long term. So yeah, definitely.
Maybe Beckett Seneca. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a leader, but he could be.
He's a little young.
What team do you want to go with next? I
think just two teams I just want to run through quick. Mm-hmm. Team France and Team Italy quick.
Yeah, France. I got France up next.
Nothing really crazy. Like you're getting Alexander Texier from Montreal. I think that's their only NHL guy. Yeah, so I mean, not throwing a lot of smoke out here. Team France and Team Italy have pretty much been projected to be the bottom two teams of this tournament since Italy is in this tournament because they're the host country. I don't know if they would have made it otherwise.
Yep.
But yeah, not a whole lot I got to say about either of these teams.
Yeah, I got a little bit to say about France. Pierre-Edouard Bellemar's on the team. That's pretty cool. He's ex-NHLer. Was actually pretty good for a while. He has a couple Stanley Cups, doesn't he? I think, maybe.
I'm not too sure, actually.
I think he won one in Vegas. Could be wrong. But I did want to say there was a little bit of something going on. Tim Bazan, prospect for Montreal Canadiens, is all upset that he didn't make the team.
Oh, right.
Made a big ruckus about it. I mean, obviously, he probably should be on the team if we're being real, but it was pretty funny. He had some pretty crazy comments about that I'm not sure we can repeat. So. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, fair enough for him. I mean, I would want to be on the team if I was one of the better players too. So.
Anything you got to say about Italy? I got really nothing to say about them. I got a bunch of predictions for Team Canada. I'm pretty sure they play them in the prelims. I seen a bunch of predictions, and no score that I seen was lower than 12-0. So I got nothing much to say.
Yeah, I got nothing on Team Italy. I'll be real.
Yeah. I don't know where you want to go next, but I got a team that I would like to bring up. It's the Danes.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that.
The Danes. Just a couple guys on this team that I could just see making a big statement. I like all of your Bjorkstrand's game. I have for long. He's never been like a big time NHLer. He's always just kind of found that kind of middle ground. But now he's going to be one of the best players on this team. I'm always a big believer in these guys that are coming from the NHL, playing for their countries. There's a lot more pride in it. You're getting that elevated role. I'm super excited to see him. He's with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Also excited to see Nick Ehlers. He'll be their best player. I'm assuming he's going to be their captain. I can't really.
It'll be Lars Eller.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Oh, shout out Lars Eller, by the way,
Absolute
Montreal
dog.
Canadian
Yeah.
legend. I don't know. Something about this team I like. Maybe it's just the vibes. They don't really have a whole ton of NHL
Mhm.
talent up and down the roster. I'm not too sure about a lot of the guys from overseas either on this roster, but just a couple guys that they got. I'm really excited to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna be okay. I think Oscar Fisker Molgard,
Some
it's a good prospect
shout out.
there. He's with Columbus,
Uh,
right?
he's Seattle, I believe. He's in Coachella Valley.
Oh yeah, Seattle, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna have a pretty good tournament.
Mhm.
I don't hate. I mean, they got a good goalie. Mads Sogard actually can play a little bit as a backup. Freddie Anderson, of course, if he can stay healthy, is obviously a very good goaltender to have.
Yeah.
That's about all I got for Denmark.
I think the team we can go to. Do you got a team you want to specifically go to next?
Let's just jump to Latvia.
Okay, because I was gonna say let's keep Germany for last year because
Okay,
I
yeah,
think that's the one
I'm
that
cool with
we're the
that.
most excited about.
Latvia, there's not a lot of NHL talent, but they do have a couple players. They have Zemgus Girgensson,
Hmm
obviously a really high draft pick of Buffalo, who plays in Tampa Bay now. They also have Teddy Bluger. He's been a good up and down guy in the lineup, but
hmm
there's not much else. I do like Albert Smits making the team. That's pretty cool. He just got done at the World Juniors.
hmm
That's really cool. I saw an interview that he was saying he's looking forward after their loss to the tournament, and I think he's going to be pretty good there.
Yeah, and that's like the I like him as a prospect. I didn't know anything about him before the World Juniors tournament, but he's just kind of a no nonsense, no bullshit guy. All he does is play hockey.
Yeah.
Like he even said they asked him about what he was doing when Latvia. They won some tournament, got bronze in some tournament. It was huge for their country. He said he was just training.
hmm
So it's like that's just the kind of drive that gets you to the NHL.
Yeah, I
I
think
want
he's going to have a good career.
100%. I also want to shout out the goaltenders on
Oh
this
yeah.
team. Elvis Merzlikins. I don't know if he's going to be the starter. I just really like him in Columbus. He's got that good vibe. He just seems like a great guy,
Yeah,
like somebody you'd want to just hang out with. He seems super nice. They also got Artur Silovs,
that's my guy. I
is
love
where
that
he's
guy.
likely to be their starter, I would say.
hmm
Do you agree? Yeah.
I think so.
I'm excited to see that, like I said before, with when we were highlighting the other teams, like just that country pride, like you're playing for your country.
Yeah.
Same thing. You guys are gonna get to wear their home country jersey. It's gonna be exciting to see how they step up, and they're already good players for their NHL clubs.
I do have a couple more guys I want to point out.
Mm-hmm.
Rudolph Balcers,
Mm-hmm.
ex NHL player. I do want to talk about Uvis Balinskis as well. He plays for Florida now. He was a guy that like no one really saw coming, and he's actually been pretty solid for them. So nice, like sixth, seventh, eighth defenseman. And Eric's Mataiko as well, playing in Hershey. I've heard he's had a pretty good AHL season.
Yeah, it's just something about that Hershey program. They just develop guys out of the weeds there. It seems sometimes.
Yeah.
So let's go to Slovakia next.
Yeah, let's do Slovakia. I like Slovakia.
I'll start off with
Yeah.
Slovakia
What
since
are
I
you gonna
was
talk
accidentally on their roster
about? Yeah.
originally. We're so confused. Yeah, Dalibor Dvorsky, I already highlighted him. He was a prospect that I really liked when he got
Me
drafted.
too. Yeah.
Especially into that St. Louis organization. I think he's going to slot in well up with Jake Neighbors and them up on that first line eventually one day.
Yep.
Another guy I wanted to give a shout out to here was Martin Popsel, Calgary Flames.
Tinted visor.
Yes, sir.
I love
He
that.
plays big minutes in Calgary. He's going to get even bigger minutes for Slovakia. I think he could be a stud. Obviously, they got Uri Slavkovsky. I believe the last time, I don't know if he played at a World Championships, actually. He might have. But the last time he was at the Olympics, he was the MVP, 7 goals, 7 games. I'm not sure how Slovakia finished at that tournament. Pretty sure they medaled. So, yeah, he'll probably be their number one guy on this team, especially with what he did the last tournament before he was even drafted. And yeah, I'll let you move
I
on
got a
with some
different
guys.
number one for this team. Thomas Tatar.
Yeah, I like
Thomas Tatar. I mean, I think he's a guy that steps up in big moments. Obviously, Slavkovsky is more talented, but I could just see Tatar and him having a pretty good tournament together.
Also, I wanted to shout out something quickly before I forget. Heard a crazy stat the other day about Slavkovsky. I think it was since December 10th. Yurek Slavkovsky, besides Celebrini, McDavid, McKinnon, and Kucherov, he's next in points since December
Wow.
10th. He's been on
Wow.
heater for Montreal down there.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah, Thomas Tatar, he's former. He was a probably top 5 fastest skater in the NHL for a little bit. He
Yeah.
could buzz out there. So yeah, it's exciting to see him on the back end coming in at the same time as Slavkovsky. I believe they played on the Olympic team together in that 2022 year. Simon Nemec. He, I don't know how I feel about him a lot of times. Like I feel like he should be one of those big time defensemen in New Jersey. Just kind of
Top 3 pick, right?
top two.
Top 2.
Him and Slav went 1 and 2 that year over Logan Cooley
Yep.
and Shane Wright. Yes, I don't know. We'll see how he does in this tournament. He's somebody that I was high on originally, taking him a little bit to get going. When he has his moments, he looks really good. Like I think he blasted a hat trick home a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he's just either hot or cold. So we'll see how he does. Eric Chernak, the Tampa Bay Lightning, also holding down his back end with Martin Ferivari.
Yep.
Plays for the Washington Capitals.
That'll
Those
be their
two are
top
gonna
pair
be-
for sure.
Yeah, those two are nailed. Ferivari's a nail gun on the
Yeah.
back end. He's gonna be
He's
scary
so
to play
good.
against.
So good.
Goaltending's a little bit of an issue for
I
this team.
I don't mind their goalies. I mean, it's not great, but Adam Gajan is actually a pretty good
Yeah.
prospect. And then oh God, Halavage. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He plays for Iowa. He's also very good. I don't mind. Like obviously they're not as good as the other teams, but they're also not as bad as some teams.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I also did want to point out Pavel Regenda on the San Jose Sharks. He's an NHL player as well. And then that is it.
Yeah,
I don't mind their defense actually. I mean, it's not great, but
yeah.
Marincin as well. Martin Marincin, he's ex NHL. He was actually pretty good back in the day. So I wonder how old he is now. He's got to be old.
Yeah, I don't think he's young.
Yeah.
But yeah, the team, I feel like sort of the same situation as Czechia. Like I feel like they could be a sneaky good team,
Mhm, for
especially
sure.
with the tournament. There's a lot of players that are experienced from this tournament, playing in that 2022 tournament. Yeah, I feel like they could kind of make a little bit of buzz in this tournament.
And we will have an Olympics prediction coming out eventually too, but we're going to save that for a little while, see if there's any roster changes or anything.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
we have quite a while before the tournament starts.
I think last team here before we get to Germany is Switzerland, if I'm correct.
Yes.
This is a team I don't mind. They got a lot of upfront big stars that I'm excited to watch play for this team. Switzerland hockey has been awesome the last few years too, especially at the World Championships. I believe they are back-to-back silver medalists. They lost to the U.S. and they lost to Czechia in the last 2 World Championships. Roman Josi has kind of been the catalyst of Swiss hockey for the last little bit. He's been their captain at multiple events when he has played for them. Unbelievable puck moving defenseman. He's getting older. He's still
Yeah, his fall off has been sad, man. I won't lie.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. He is pretty hot though, as I've heard.
Going from like a Norris winner,
Mm.
I believe, to kind of popping off. But I don't know. I feel like once he gets, maybe I sounded like a broken record here, but I feel like once these players get that jersey on, it's just it's that national pride. Something different happens, and especially like not saying Yossi's not the number one in Nashville on that back end.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be relied upon even more heavy, especially to wheel the puck. But
I don't know. This team might be better than Nashville, man. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but like you look at this top line, you could run something like a Kevin Fiala, Nico Hischier, and even. You got
you got a good top six.
Yeah.
You got a good top six there. I won't lie.
Swiss hockey has really taken it, and it's like you look at the country, like it should be a place that's really good at hockey. They're just not very popular. They got great winter sports there. So
yeah. I mean, I'll just highlight some forwards here. We got Pooh Sutter for the St. Louis Blues. He's always been like a good third line center. He plays a little bit more sometimes, but ideally, I feel like he's a third line guy. Nino Niederreiter, we know what he can do. He can score goals. That's what he's going to do at this tournament. Timo Meyer, a little bit, he's not as good as he was when he was on the Sharks, but still a really good player, good NHL player. We got Philip Kurashev, San Jose Sharks. He's a good player. And Nico Hischier, who you mentioned, and Kevin Fiala, who will headline that top line for sure.
Shout out to Thomas Hurdle and what Joe Thornton would do if he ever scored 40.
Yeah. And then defensively, we got Roman Josi, as you said, and then JJ Moser, who is an absolute demon. He is so good. I remember when Sergachev got traded for JJ Moser, I was like, JJ Moser is going to be a guy on Tampa Bay, because Tampa Bay they develop players, and he's been awesome.
Yeah, John Cooper's he allows players to run in that organization, kind of play their own game, and it's great.
And then Jonas Siegenthaler as well, very good defensive defenseman on the Devils.
Hmm.
And then their starting goalie will be obviously Akira Schmid for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, definitely. He's kind of been on a. He's been pretty good this year, actually, for
Mhm.
Vegas. Speaking of Vegas, they kind of. We're past the NHL news, but they've kind of
Yeah,
a bit of a slump
they'll be
here.
back.
Yeah,
They need Aiden Hill back. So
exactly. All
last
right,
team. This
last
is a
team.
team we're both very excited about. So I'm excited to.
Do you want to start this team off, or do you want me to kick her
You can
off?
go. You can go. Yeah.
Right, I'll just kind of just name a couple players that I'm the most excited to watch. Obviously Leon Draisaitl. Like when McDavid's gone, he kind of has that Malkin factor where when Crosby's gone, he just
Turns
elevates
it
his
up.
game.
Yep.
So now he's really getting his own team in Germany. Especially, it's kind of funny. A lot of these younger kids, like on this roster, like the Lucas Reichels, the Paterkas, the yeah, you could throw it Mo Sider in there probably too. Like they almost look up to Leon how like Canadian kids look up to like a McDavid or a Crosby. So
Yep.
the opportunity for them to play with him, I think, is going to elevate their games. And obviously, like Draisaitl's talent just speaks for itself. I think it's going to be awesome to watch. So
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see these forwards play. I think their top line, if they want to stack it, would be awesome. I mean, Draisaitl and Paterka and Stützle would be absolutely amazing to watch. Like that line would be so sick. I do assume that they're going to split it up. They got other guys that are in the NHL as well, or have been. Dominic Cahoon, I know he was a pretty good player. I don't know. I don't know why he left. He was pretty solid in the NHL. I didn't know he really had a fall off. Tobias Reeder as well, ex NHLer. Um,
also, I didn't mention him because I was waiting for you to
hmm,
give him a good shout out here, your boy.
yeah, I know. We'll get to. I can't yet. We got Nico Sturm forward as
Yeah.
well. And then that's kind of it. I'm excited to see this team. Lucas Reichel could hopefully have a bounce back. He used to be a pretty decent prospect in Chicago, and yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, best player on the team, Mo Sider. Let's just get it out of the way. Who's Leon Draisaitl? No one cares. Let's talk about Mo Sider, man. I'm just excited to see him hit guys. Like
Yeah.
just a monster. Like it doesn't matter who's coming down on him. Like he is that stopper, and he's been dangled before. Like every time he gets dangled, it's bad. He falls over or something, but it doesn't happen very often. So
No, and I think like their power play is going to be dangerous. You're gonna have. I honestly don't know where they're going to slot Draisaitl on here. They're probably going to leave him out on the flank, but you could also have Stu out on that left flank as well too. But I imagine Stu's probably going to play more of that down low.
yeah,
Um,
their power play will be sick.
yeah, their
Their
power play will
top
be
five
sick.
players are nasty NHL players. So
Unbelievable.
any other NHL player or any other defenseman you wanted to point out?
On Germany
Yep,
specifically,
yep. Not really.
yeah, I mean Mo's kind of the big guy for them.
They got a lot of Berlin guys, so they're gonna have some good chemistry. They got I think Leon Gawanke had an NHL stint, didn't he? I think I remember that name.
I'm not too positive,
Um,
but
I mean, I'm not gonna act like we know all these guys.
no,
Like it's impossible to know every single person on every single international team. But they
literally,
do have a good goalie or a
yeah,
decent goalie in Philip Grubauer. I mean,
they got an
not even the
NHL
best goalie
goalie,
on his player or on his team, but still, he's an NHL caliber goalie.
100%. Was there any other things that you want to talk about for Canada, U.S., Finland, or Sweden? Kind of any new notes that you want to highlight about
Not
those
really.
rosters?
I kind of feel the same. I think I'm kind of feeling Sweden again. I always like Sweden in these international tournaments. Like you like them in the World Juniors. I love that team in the World Juniors, but
Hmm.
it just felt too obvious to pick them for gold. It always feels like the best team just I don't know. It just but yeah, I love their international teams and I think this team is one of the most skilled Olympic teams we've seen, like just skill wise.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Like with Sweden come. I think they got a lot of these young guys too that haven't played internationally before. That's going to be fun to see how they grow and play alongside of these kind of veteran players like the Victor Hedmans and Eric Carlsons on this team, and we get to learn from them. Kind of almost spark off that new wave of Swedish hockey because they've
Yeah.
been so dominant, like you said, in international play for the last however many years. So yeah, I'm excited to see them. Is that your prediction for the winner?
No, no, but I think
If
they
there was an
medal.
early
They
shout
medal
there.
for sure. I want to see Germany medal. I don't see it. I think once we get into our team rankings, we can get a little bit more deep into that.
Hmm.
Team rankings are different than how we think it's going to shake out just because of the pools.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I have Sweden pretty high.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't think I have any new notes really on the other teams. Like obviously we can keep going into the snubs and talking about that, but
Yeah,
I
can't
mean
even
the
think
rosters
about
are
it.
picked. It is what it is
Yeah,
now.
can always
So
make substitutions, so we'll see.
yeah, things can change. Injuries can happen.
Yeah.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Canada though. You look at the top three scorers in the league. You got McDavid, Celebrini, and McKinnon. You could run the nice McMack line up
Yeah,
top
imagine
there.
if they would have like the fourth best player
Yeah.
there in Connor Bedard. It would be crazy, hey? That would
Um,
just be crazy if they did that. But
well, I mean, even if you look like they could have like, I think it's almost half of the top 20
yeah,
with Wyatt Johnston up there, kind of a power play merchant. I didn't expect him to make the team.
yeah. I
Um,
yeah, I don't know. I don't really have many other notes.
no,
I think I was gonna ask, do you want to start with the CHL trades, or did you want to reveal the gift that I got for you?
yeah, I think let's go. Let's do that first, and then we'll get into the CHL. I don't have too long of notes to talk about the CHL trades. Like the
Yeah.
CHL deadline just happened. I do want to highlight some things. But yeah, let's do the card.
Okay, so me and DeAndre have been doing this thing where we
You gotta show
he's
me.
been getting me some cards for I'm gonna grab them really quick. I'll be right back. But show them the gift that I got you. I
All right.
want to see your reaction, then I'm gonna grab what you got
It's a
me.
genuine reaction. I've yet
I
to
have
see
not
that.
showed them.
Is this cover on? Okay, so there's a cover.
There's
I'm
a
not gonna
cover
peek
on
at
it,
the
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
There's a cover on it. Can the camera see it?
That's the back of it, yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see
It's
it.
upside down.
I can't see it in frame. Oh no way! What?
It's a Chase Arnold
That is
card from
unreal.
the 2015-2016 season. The season that we won the league after sucking all regular season.
Dude, that is unreal. Thank
I
you.
can't remember exactly, but it might have been the year. I don't think it was, but I think we might have been playing Cole Sillinger then. I'm pretty sure we might have been. He was obviously disgusting. So that's me right there in my yellow helmet playing for the Lumsden Lions. Shout out.
Unreal. That was I always hear from people like when I show
Nice
them
purple and
pictures.
black unis.
Dude, everyone I show loves let the crowd decide for people that haven't seen them before. Everyone always says they love Lumsden jerseys.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
ones.
They're pretty cool when you're younger. I mean, they're not bad when you're older too, but when you're young like that, like we had, you'll obviously see more. I got more cards to show, but yeah, I thought the sleeve was cool. I was going through all my hockey
That
cards
is
earlier,
so
and I
good.
saw these, and I was like, I got some more. I got some more that we'll reveal, but I'm gonna grab the ones that DeAndre got me really quick.
That is so sweet. 25th, you're 13 here. Young Chase R. Unreal.
All right, and then DeAndre got me a pack. He gets
With
these
a-
from Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
So this is what I got. I got a UC Saros card. Pretty cool. I like these sideways cards. They don't look good in a blinder or a binder, but I think they look pretty cool. Like just looking at them, it's nice and shiny. He got a goalie pack. I don't know what's going on here. Igor Shesterkin, stud. I mean Russian absolute stud goalie. And then the fall off man. I mean this team's just struggled. Connor Hellebuck. I mean, really cool, and I appreciate it so much.
Winnipeg win the Presidents last year?
Yeah.
Talk about a fall off. So
Oh, unless did Washington?
no, I think it was Winnipeg, I believe.
I don't remember.
What a crazy fall off because they're last in the league right now. Hellebuck's numbers have been down going from an MVP season. But yeah.
And then one more. I was telling DeAndre a story about when I was younger, and I lost a card that I loved. It was one of my favorite cards. Jonathan Quick. I lost it. I'll remember it to this day. I'll never forget the card that I lost when I was a kid. And he got me a Jonathan Quick card.
Yeah.
So sick. Look at this. Look at this. One of the most electric goalies ever. Still to this day. He's like, how old is he? 38?
Yeah.
Playing backup, and he's putting up really good numbers every time he plays. So, but yeah, I was really appreciative
He's
of that.
a huge fantasy. If anyone plays fantasy hockey out there, Jonathan Quick, when he's starting, it's always a good choice. He puts up big numbers. Not always going to win you the game, but he makes a lot of saves. He doesn't let in many goals.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you want to talk about some CHL trades here?
Yeah. I'm DeAndre's the CHL expert. He's the knowledge. Let's be honest. DeAndre's the more knowledgeable here for sure.
That's not true.
And I'm excited to hear. I mean, I looked at the big trades, and it was a crazy trade deadline from my perspective. So
yeah, I'm just going to kind of highlight the bigger trades. Like obviously, we can get into the smaller ones and stuff that I would care about more. I would say I probably watch more, keep up, especially with the OHL and the WHL probably a little bit more than I keep up with the NHL, to be honest. So go into a little bit of depth on these bigger trades, but nothing too crazy. The first big trade, these aren't in order either. Um, First big trade I wanted to highlight in the WHL was Cameron Schmidt going to Seattle. So Cameron
Crazy.
Schmidt, we both agreed, especially right when the draft happened. I think he was like a late third rounder, early fourth rounder to the Dallas Stars. Huge steal, put up big numbers last year. I think he almost led the WHL in goals last season. He was leading the WHL in points with the Vancouver Giants before getting shipped over to Seattle here. Huge pickup for Seattle. He's been great since he's been there. I think he's got 6 points in the first 3 games that he's been. Unreal pickup for Seattle. A little interesting though. So
Yeah, very interesting.
once you know the context now, Cam Schmidt, he's going off to Seattle. Right before they sent him to Seattle, the Giants picked up Matthias Preston,
Yep.
draft prospect for this year.
Top 10 guy, sounds like.
Yeah, it's looking like a top 10 player for this coming draft. Comes from Spokane. So it looks like they're going to get a nice little pickup there. They end up trading Cameron Schmidt to Seattle. Also on Seattle, Radim Murka
Yep.
stays. So there was a little bit of question marks about whether he was going to get traded or not, especially with the season that Seattle's having this year. Was he going to stay or was he going to go? He was a number 10th overall pick to Seattle or to Buffalo, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, but with the addition of Cameron Schmidt, I think that Seattle thinks that they can kind of elevate their stock here a little bit going into that second half of the season.
Yep.
The next, probably the biggest trade in the WHL blockbuster. Picks were sent both ways. There's obviously I'm not highlighting all of what went both ways in this trade. I'm just kind of talking about the big move. Braden Coots to PA.
Crazy.
Yeah, Braden, sorry, Coots to PA. PA is already the best team probably in the WHL right now. Definitely in the Eastern Conference. They're unbelievable. They got a couple big draft prospects in Daxon Rudolph and Riley Boychuk. Yeah, now you're adding Braden Coots into that lineup. They're already crushing it in that conference. Unbelievable. You're picking up. He just scored his first goal the other night. It was a nice little deflection. 15th overall to Vancouver. He ended up playing games right out of camp. Looks like a stud. So yeah, PA, they didn't have a whole lot of other movements other than that kind of that big pickup. They weren't stirring it up too much. They kind of like what they're going with this year, so that was kind of all they did. Another big team here in the WHL that didn't do much, but what they did was not as big as the Cooch trade, but it was a big trade. Luke Cousins to Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
And before I expand on this trade, I was wondering if you had any questions on the Coots, Preston, Schmidt trades.
I was just really confused by
So I'm
the
just
trades
kind of
because
buzzing there.
they
Sorry.
send Schmidt away, and then they bring in Joe Aginla, right?
I was gonna get there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry, spoiler. They brought in Joe Aginla as well, and Preston. So I was just a little bit confused. Like they're not buying, but they're selling, but they're good. They're really good, aren't they? They
Yeah,
have a very good record. They should be. So it was a little bit weird for me that they picked up some younger guys.
yeah, and especially
Yeah.
with those younger guys like a Preston, like, and they even already have like Ryan Lynn on that team, who's
Mhm.
supposed to be a top 6 pick roughly somewhere
Yep.
around there. You got to factor in you're going to potentially lose these guys to the NCAA next
Exactly.
year. Like, is
Exactly.
Preston even going to be there? Is Lynn going to be there?
Yeah.
Joe Aginla, like you already said, he ended up becoming a Giant. He still has another year to go yet, I
Yeah.
believe. Still, so actually no, I think this is his draft year. I believe so. Yeah, but anyways, he's another guy that could potentially go to NCAA. I mean, maybe he kind of sticks with the T route, so you feel a little bit more safe on that pickup. But yeah, they're a really young team now. They sold a lot of their older guys off, and yeah, we'll see. I feel like they're kind of trying to build a little bit more for the future.
Yeah.
One more trade that I wanted to highlight in the WHL, just because they're the Memorial Cup team this year, so I figured they were going to do a little bit more work.
Yeah.
They did bring in Alcos and Halliburton. Halliburton was the Vancouver Giants captain, so they also another loss for
crazy.
Vancouver,
Crazy.
kind of selling off the farm. I like what Kelowna's brought or what they're bringing to this Memorial Cup. They also got a couple of the Czechians from Czechia. They got the MVP in Chihar, Thomas Polten, who's already there. I don't know if this team is going to be. I don't know if they're going to be as good as the host teams in the past. Like especially like you look at the year, I think it was 2022 when Hamilton hosted. They had like Mason McTavish.
Yeah.
Like they loaded up from Peterborough for that draft, or for that Memorial Cup. So I don't know if they're going to be throwing as much smoke. as other teams in the past. I feel like whoever makes it from this Western League or from this West team or from sort of this Western League
Yep.
is kind of going to be the favorite going into it right off the bat. I don't want to get spoiled too much because the OHL does have some dogs we'll get into in a second. But yeah, no, that's kind of all I wanted to bring up for Kelowna. Didn't make as much noise as I thought, kind of just some little things. But is there anything that you wanted to talk about in there?
No, I mean, I think the CHL is just kind of an interesting spot right now because I don't think teams want to go in as much as they used to with the NCAA stuff. It feels like they're a little more hesitant, but then I don't know. People just throw draft picks around, and like I know they're not as valuable as NHL picks, right? Because you never know what these kids are going to become. Like I've played against guys that got drafted first round, and they're good, but they're not. Obviously they're not playing WHL, so. It is pretty interesting just how the draft picks move and how the players move.
No, 100%. Yeah.
If you're all done CHL,
I just got a couple OHL.
oh yeah, I got you. I forgot about the OHL. Yeah, no. Take your time. Take your time. I forgot about the OHL. Relevant league. No, just kidding.
First big trade in the OHL had Carter George goes to the Sioux Greyhounds, so he's going to be joining Brady Martin and them.
Crazy.
Sioux's got a pretty good team down there. Brady Martin I think he had like 10 points in his first 2 games upon returning from Nashville, and he kind of went on this slide. I think he had 12 points in 10 games when he left.
Yeah.
Carter George, so now they're really solidifying their back end back there. Sioux's they're already a nasty franchise. They're super historic.
Yep.
It's kind of almost that second London in the WHL. Like they had Wayne Gretzky and everything backing them up.
Oh yeah,
big trade there.
Trades.
Huge. Speaking of London,
yeah, I was gonna say
huge trade. Probably the biggest trade that happened over this trade deadline. One more that I want to highlight, which I personally think was the biggest move for a team, but Sam O'Reilly and Jared Woolley get sent off to Kitchener. It's a big pickup for Kitchener. Sam O'Reilly's he's a good prospect. Plays big minutes for that London team. Dale Hunter's a huge fan of his, so I was really, really shocked to actually see him get shipped out of there. I believe he's the captain right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to a good Kitchener team. So Kitchener's loading up. They're wanting to push for that championship this year, and they want to come down to Kelowna.
Yeah.
The last trade that I wanted to highlight, one that I think is huge because I'm a huge Windsor Spitfires fan in the OHL, mainly because my favorite prospect in in this next coming draft is Ethan Belchets. He's playing with them. He's kind of had a slide the last little bit. I think his draft stock's going to take a hit because of it. He hasn't been scoring as much, but Windsor ends up sending J.C. Lemieux, Jean-Christopher Lemieux, off to the Sudbury Wolves for Nathan Villanueva.
Oh, yeah.
Nathan Villanueva, it's a big pickup for Windsor. He's going to play big minutes for that team. And this is already a stacked Windsor team. I think first 20 games in the season, I don't think they had lost in regulation, maybe just once. Unbelievable. They've kind of had a slit a little bit since. I would say that Brantford in the OHL is probably the CHL power ranking number 1.
Yeah, I was going to ask, obviously we will get into predictions and stuff later on about the CHL, but who's your Mem Cup winner right now?
Ooh.
If you had to pick, on the spot, of course.
Right now, I just like what Windsor brings to the table, especially with this pickup.
Little biased, eh?
Little biased. Well, they were running as the CHL power ranking number 1 for the longest time too, so you don't see the number 1 team usually continue their dominance. It's kind of like that President's Trophy curse.
Yep.
But I also like Medhat. I like Medhat winning the league. I like them going and
the Ruck brothers.
They started.
Yeah, the Ruck brothers.
Shout out Medhat this year. I could talk.
And your guy, hey?
Yeah, I want to give
a stud.
Little shout out to Medhat. They're unbelievable. The Ruck brothers. I think it's both the Ruck brothers, Bryce Pickford and Jonas Wu are all top 10 in the WHL in scoring right now. Luke Cousins, who they picked up in this trade deadline, he's top 20 in the scoring. Medicine Hat looks unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a fun team. That's a really fun team.
And they have the experience too. Like a lot of those guys were on the team last year that made that deep run.
Yeah.
Won the championship, obviously, and then had that heartbreaking loss to London in the Memorial Cup finals. I think they expect to fall off, losing McKenna and Weisbach this
imagine
year.
if they had McKenna.
Oh, they would be
they'd be winning.
No question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, if I had to say right now, my team coming out of the West. I got Medhat coming out of the West. I got Brantford coming out of the...
No love for PA, hey?
No, I don't think PA wins it.
Fair. I think PA looks kind of good, but
I would love to
agree with Medhat.
I'd love to see it come back to SAS.
Yeah.
Moose Jaw had a big buzz and a big parade the other year when they won it. But yeah, I mean Brantford and the O is going to do some damage. Like they got Jake O'Brien, they got Caleb Malhotra, draft prospect this year, Manny Malhotra's son. Yeah, they're looking unbelievable. They got a lot more. I could just go continue to go into their team, but
Yeah.
I don't want to run it too long. That'll be we'll probably go over.
Yeah, we'll
In
get more
future
CHL for
episodes.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll keep highlighting CHL stuff. So
Shout out the Monarchs too again.
shout out the Monarch, shout out senior hockey.
Shout out Tucker Bouet. If you're all done CHL, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put you on the spot for something here.
Oh,
All right, you ready? I'm gonna give you keep 3, cut 5. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I'm gonna give you 8 players,
Okay.
blind. So I'm gonna give you a player. You got to decide if you want to cut him or keep him. Once you cut him, you can't get him back. Once you keep him, you can't cut him.
Okay.
And
I like it.
it's NHL rookies this year. So it could be anyone. I'm gonna pick 8 guys from the top 30, and we're gonna see if you make the right picks. I might not have the top guys.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
I
Because that will affect my decision.
yeah. So I got my guys locked in my head here. We're gonna start off here with Ryan Leonard of the Washington Capitals. Keep or cut?
I'm gonna keep Lenny. I like Lenny's game. I like these power forward players. I'm a huge believer of these skilled players. Like I love the Jack Hughes of the world, those kind of players. But somebody like a Ryan Leonard, like I love those skill players that are just dogs, like
Yep.
T.J. Gimlas, the Ryan Leonards of the world. So yeah, I'll keep him.
I like that. I mean, he's having an underrated season. I'm not gonna lie. He's got 27 points in 38 games. That's very good.
He's shot up that Washington lineup too. Like he started out the gate playing low minutes, and
Yeah.
he's just proved himself. So yeah.
Next one, we got Danila Yurov of the Minnesota Wild.
I'm gonna cut him.
Okay.
Like he hasn't been a bad rookie at all. I definitely thought he was gonna come in a little bit stronger. But yeah, there's a Minnesota rookie that I'd rather keep.
Got you. Next up, we'll see what you do here. We got Zeev Buiam.
This one is where it gets interesting. I think I'm also gonna cut Zeev. I really like him as a prospect. I really like the situation that he's in Vancouver. He can kind of take over as that number one guy. He doesn't have to always worry about playing behind Quinn Hughes his whole life. So he's a great player, but I'm gonna have to cut him.
Okay. Yeah, that's a tough call. I might have kept him, but
I don't know your list.
Yeah, true. I mean, he's got 18 points in 44 games. It's pretty good, but yeah. Next up, we got Gavin Brindley of Colorado.
Ooh, this is a prospect I really like. He came from Columbus. He's a second round pick there. He's looked decent this year. I think he had 2 assists last night, his 5th and 6th assists. He doesn't have a whole lot of points. What number are we at for players 2, by the way? Sorry.
We've done 3. You've cut 2 and kept 1.
Okay, I'm gonna cut Brindley.
Okay. So right now you're sitting at Brindley cut, William cut, and Yurov cut, and you have kept Ryan Leonard. Next up is Beckett Seneca.
Now this is where it gets interesting because you could have Wallstead, Demidov, Schaefer forward, moving forward. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Beckett Seneca. Actually, I like his game.
Like that.
He's I think 3rd in rookie. Actually, he might be 2nd in rookie points right now. Yeah, he's kind of elevated himself. Like when he was drafted 3rd overall, he was kind of looked at as like a reach of a pick, but had that huge year last year for Oshawa, and yeah, I'm gonna keep him.
I like that. So you got 3 cuts, 2 keeps right now. Next up, Next up, we're gonna go with. I'm trying to think of what player I want to hit you with here. I didn't have him in a certain order. Let's go with your guy Matt Savoy.
I'm gonna have to cut Matt Savoy, just because I only have 1 slot left.
Yep.
I am kind of banking on the last 2. I do love Matt Savoy. I shout out him. I actually got to watch his first NHL point, not in person, but I was watching the game live. Nice pass to Draisaitl from behind the net.
Yeah.
He was a prospect though that I thought was going to jump into the lineup a lot quicker offensively. I'm going to cut him just for that reason. I feel like he still has a little bit of work to do.
Yeah. It's a tough call. Just getting your keeps down here. We got Leonard and Seneca, right?
Yep.
And then you've cut William Savoy, Yurov, and Brindley.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 2 left.
All right.
And I got the 2 players. Emmett Finney of my Detroit Red Wings.
Ooh, that's not the direction I was expecting. these last two to be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting. I'm gonna have to cut Emmett Finney, just because, and I'm gonna bank on this last spot, just because there is like 4 or 5 rookies that I could say that I would have over Finney that haven't been called yet. Actually, no, I say there's like 3 rookies I could say I would have over Finney, and I'm banking for one of them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut him, but I do
Okay.
love his game. I
Okay.
think he's gonna develop well.
Yeah. So last player. Let's see if you fucked it or if you done very well. I got Ivan Demidov to finish it off.
Yeah, I'll take that all day. I thought you were gonna say Kapanen. I was gonna.
I was
take that
I
as
was
well.
going to, but I opted for Demidov in my
Yeah,
list.
this is my favorite. No, actually, this is my second favorite rookie of this class. He was my favorite rookie going into it, but Matthew Schaefer, just what he does. He's my favorite rookie now. He might be one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Right now, he's
Fair.
so sick to watch. He's such a great kid. But yeah, Ivan Demidov, he's leading rookies in points right now, playing like 13 minutes a game, 14 minutes. He doesn't play very much. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a high impact player one day. I like my list.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
my
I think you crushed it. I'm not gonna lie. I was
think I took the three
I was
best.
really hoping you were gonna take like Buim or Finney or
Dude,
something
the
like that,
hardest
but
one, I'm not gonna lie, was William for sure.
yeah, I know. I was surprised you cut him. I thought I was gonna have either, but I think Seneca, Leonard, and Demidov are probably the top 3 there, and then
Yeah, fair.
Buim is probably that 4th, right? So yeah, I think you crushed that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty pissed off about it actually. I wanted you to be a little embarrassed, but but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all I got for you.
I like that. I wish I had something fired up like that.
I had to keep it a secret though, so
That's fair. That's fair.
otherwise you would have been prepared doing your research. I was surprised by Brindley's points actually. He's only got 11 in 31 games. That's not great.
No, but it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Like, especially for a second round, he's playing pretty quick. Like I think he was only drafted in 2023.
Yeah.
Especially in Colorado's system to play minutes at all. It's pretty,
That's true. Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah, I think that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Get a Clue podcast.
Get a clue.
Until next time, get a clue.
Get a clue, motherfucker. Goodbye. Oh fuck.